Hello friends and welcome to the Plug in India channel. This is the EV issue tracker episode number 9. Yes, we are at number 9 now and looking forward to a lot more interesting issues. These are the things that happen in real life as you use the EV. Some little things here and there. And the first off, we have Tata Nexon EV. Now this is a very popular car, sales are really growing, lots of customers are happy with it, but there are a few niggling issues here and there, and this is an example. This has happened with multiple Tata Nexon owners, generally with people who have driven the car more than 5,000 kilometers. And the problem is that the charge port gets stuck, the charging gun gets stuck in the socket and won't come off when you go to a fast charge station or even at some places when you are at home. So what have the owners actually done about this? So the issue is that the charging gun sometimes gets stuck or sometimes it doesn't lock into the charging socket. Now why does this happen? Many of the owners have figured out that the charge socket is quite close to the wheel arch and possibly a lot of dust or mud is getting into this small little pin and it is not able to unlatch or latch. What the owners have tried to do is they have locked and unlocked the door of the car, and that has somehow helped in unlocking this pin. Other owners have actually put their hand into the charging socket into the area above the wheel and behind the socket and scraped off the mud and dirt, and sometimes this has worked. Take a look at these pictures over here. This shows exactly where the problem is, and you can see in the first image that the charge port cover is right above the rear wheel. And in the second image you can see here that there is a small pin right on top of the type 2 connector, and this is the pin that actually gets stuck. Finally, this is the actuator over here. This pin, you can see a lot of dirt and mud has gathered around here, and this is why there is a problem. So what was the solution? The solution for most of these owners, the final solution has been to get this actuator lock changed within the warranty period, but this of course cannot be a permanent solution. We have users here, EV community members, Nexon owners, who say that Tata should look into this and provide a more permanent solution. They can't go on changing their locks every year, and we do agree with this, and we do understand that Tata is evolving this. In the Tigor EV, this has been very well taken care of. They have actually a protector which does not allow mud to get anywhere near the charging socket. So this is a problem that is being addressed, and this fix for the Nexon needs to come out sometime soon. So the status of this issue will remain open because this is a design flaw and it needs a proper design solution from Tata. Replacing the actuator is not a solution, it is a temporary fix. So watch out guys, the links to the issue has been given in the description below. We'll post any updates that we get over there, and if you have any updates, please let us know. So the next issue here is reported by a company called Check My EV, run by Mr. Mihir Pawar. Now this is a very interesting company. Mr. Mihir is someone who has been using an EV for a long time. He had problems and he figured out how to fix it, and now he has gotten so good at it that he has made an app and a website and a company which actually fixes your electric scooters. So they are into two-wheeler servicing right now. We've been speaking to them. They are very open about the information and about what products they are using and what companies they are buying from. Extremely well priced. So this is the exact kind of third-party repair option that we were looking for electric vehicles, at least scooters for now. We've asked them about four-wheelers and more wheelers, and they said they are going to look into it. But it's a good startup, it's a good company. Do check out their website. The link has been given in the description below. The issue over here that they have reported is a Yo Bike scooter that was bought in by a customer. It had a lead acid battery and it was completely run down, completely discharged, and they could not revive it. The solution that they provided to this person was that they would replace the lead acid with a lithium ion battery, a 48 volts 24 ampere hour battery. The cost of that battery would have been 20,000 rupees plus 5,000 rupees service charge. Take a look at these images that they have given. It's a good looking red Yo Bike scooter, a very comfortable scooter, lots of space for your kids, for your luggage, for all sorts of stuff, a big seat. And Mihir says that it will run almost as good as new. The one problem that they have not yet been able to fix is the front brake, and because they are not able to find those 80 mm brakes for this scooter yet, but they are looking at it. Unfortunately, the customer that deposited this scooter to them has not called back or come back, and they are not able to contact him. He was a walk-in customer. They fixed the bike for him and they're not able to get in touch with him, so they aren't able to determine whether they should sell the bike or keep the bike, but they are using it for now. And this is an interesting thing to see, so we've reported it to you that this kind of problem can also be solved, and pretty much very cost effectively. So the battery that has been replaced, the lithium ion battery, is an NMC chemistry battery by a Gujarat based company called Lexar Energy, which is good to see local products being used in EVs in India. Mihir also tells us that they can repair controllers and BLDC motors as well for these scooters. So there you have it. That's the entire package. What more is there in an EV to repair? So if you are in Mumbai, do check out these guys and go to them. I'm sure they'll give you a good option on repair. So the last issue that we have for you guys today is a very interesting issue from our favorite Sharanya Motors on Airport Road, Pune. This is a problem that they had with the Hero Optima double battery model. The scooter has driven around 4,500 kilometers on its odo, and the problem that the owner reports is that everything is blank. There's nothing that's showing up on the LED panel, LCD panel, and the scooter is not working. So the scooter was brought into the service center. They checked everything. They checked the motor, they checked the batteries, and they finally found that the voltages that are being reported on one of the MOSFETs is not correct. So the solution was that they removed the MOSFET, put in a brand new MOSFET, and the problem was solved. The LED lit up and the scooter is working fine. Cost of the repair 500 rupees. So guys, this is an amazing job, really very good value for money. Repairs is the best way to conserve the environment instead of replacing entire parts or even recycling. So let's take a look at these pictures that they have sent us, and here you can see that they are checking out the controller board. They have the multimeter with them, and it's a electronic controller board. No more are there any grease or dirty gears to deal with. All the logic is being done by these electronic circuits, and this is a power electronics. This is a transformer that you can see in the next image over here, and they are checking out all the components, and the multimeter is giving them their readings. And finally, the last image you can see, this is the actual MOSFET which they had to replace. This would have probably burnt or some damage might have occurred to it. Now this is in the realm of electronics. It is no longer electricals. It is not something that you can fix with a screwdriver or a spanner. This requires a multimeter. This requires a little bit of more tooling and a little bit of more knowledge. But I am very sure that our Indian mechanics who are able to fix these complicated internal combustion engines will easily be able to master the simple basics of electronics and do a great job with it. So there you go guys, an actual repair for an electric vehicle. So the MOSFET is a metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, and mainly it's used in power electronics for voltage and current regulation, and this is probably why none of the power is being supplied to any of the other circuits in the scooter. So hence fixing that or changing that would have fixed the problem. There you go guys, check out the details in the link given in the description below. The status of this issue is closed. Well done Sharanya Motors. So with that we come to an end of the EV issue tracker. We'll see you again next month, and do send us your issues if you have any, or solutions to existing issues. Do let us know if you have any. Thank you and see you again next month.